A young Chinese man named Ziang Sun Wan sits in a Washington jail, tried 3 times for murder, and tomorrow morning, a judge may walk him out the door. That's the biggest headline on this page, and the story behind it runs deeper than anyone expected in 1926. Look at that banner across the top of the page. 6 words, all caps, filling maybe 2 inches of newsprint. Wan may go free tomorrow. The paper costs 1 cent. The weather box up in the corner promises showers this afternoon. And sandwiched between those 2 quiet facts is one of the most consequential criminal cases Washington had seen in years. Ziang Sun Wan was accused of murdering 3 members of a Chinese educational mission back in January of 1919. He's been tried 3 times. The first trial ended in conviction and a death sentence. The U.S. Supreme Court reversed it. The second trial hung jury. The third trial, the jury disagreed again after 20 hours. Now, District Attorney Peyton Gordon is going before a criminal court at 10 in the morning to ask the judge to act in all the cases against Wan. Gordon tells the paper he can't say what course he'll take, adding, and this is a direct quote the paper prints, "You all know what I'm going to do." Down in the right-hand columns, there's more detail. Wan was nearly dead from intestinal disease when he was taken to jail. Since then, he worked out a regular routine and a series of exercises, which, the paper says, made him healthy again. After the third trial, Gordon and his assistant Horsley told reporters the family had definitely decided what action they'd take. Gordon had been conferring with Attorney General Sargent. The paper says action is expected within a few weeks. 3 trials. 7 years in jail awaiting them. We don't have a crisp resolution printed here. That's still unfolding for the people reading this over breakfast. What the page captures is that precise suspended moment. A man's life. Balanced. Shift your eye to the middle of the page. There's a second big story the paper is clearly proud of. Ver admits notes of $150,000 signed for own campaign. William S. Ver, Republican from Pennsylvania, told investigators his own campaign expenditures in the Pennsylvania primary ran to $195,000, and that he'd personally signed a $100,000 note for Albert Greenfield, a Philadelphia business contact. One worker was blackjacked. $1,000 was stolen from a man in a Pittsburgh political club. The Senate is already asking questions. Ver's photo sits right of center on the page, calm, suited, unruffled. The paper treats both stories, the murder case and the campaign money, with equal weight, side by side, 1 cent. 3 trials for the same man, 7 years elapsed, and the outcome is still not settled on the morning this paper hits the doorstep. The readers holding this page knew something we sometimes forget, that justice doesn't resolve on a schedule. It just keeps the next day's paper necessary. There's another front page tomorrow. If that sounds like your kind of morning, we'd love to see you back.